Sexual harassment affects the workplace. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 20 men experience sexual harassment in the workplace. Sexual harassment is unwelcomed, unwanted, or uninvited conduct of a sexual nature which makes a person feel offended, humiliated, and/or intimidated. There are 2 types of sexual harassment in the workplace. 1. Quid pro quo sexual harassment, and 2. Intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment sexual harassment. Quid pro quo, or this for that sexual harassment, happens when someone uses their power or authority negatively over another person to receive sexual favors in exchange for employment benefits. Examples of quid pro quo, or this for that sexual harassment include promising a promotion in exchange for a date, or offering a pay rise in exchange for having drinks together. Sexual harassment is often perpetrated by someone in a position of power against a subordinate. Intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment sexual harassment occurs when there are continuous unwanted sexual comments, advances, and requests for sexual favors. It can also be in the form of verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature, which makes the work environment unsafe for an individual and affects their work performance. Examples of intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment sexual harassment include suggestive comments or jokes, insults and taunts, sexually explicit pictures, posters, screensavers, or social media content, unpleasant conduct of a suggestive nature through text messaging, email, social media, or in person outside of working hours, and unwelcome touching, hugging, kissing, staring, or leering. In PNG, sexual harassment can be prosecuted under the Criminal Code, Act 2002, and under the Family Protection Act 2013, with penalties of fines and/or prison sentences. If you are experiencing any kind of sexual harassment at work, you can CHR, speak to your supervisor or someone you trust. We are committed to maintaining a safe work environment that demands respect for the dignity of our staff. Sexual harassment is unacceptable and will not be tolerated under any circumstances. The anti-sexual harassment policy aims to protect women and men in our company from sexual harassment and encourages you to report any incidents you experience or witness, regardless of who the offender may be or what their position is in the company. This applies to any work-related situations, on-site or off-site, including employer-provided accommodation, transportation, and social events. An employer is obligated to provide a safe workplace. An employer would have failed their duty to provide a safe system of work if an employee is injured and 1. The risk of injury were reasonably foreseeable, and 2. The injuries were caused by the identified risks, and 3. The employer could have taken reasonably practical measures to mitigate those risks, and 4. The failure to do so demonstrates a lack of reasonable care. If you are experiencing any kind of sexual harassment, you can CHR, speak to your supervisor, someone you trust, or call the One Talk Counselling Helpline line on the confidential hotline number 7150 8000 to speak to a professional counsellor.